Three golden words for you that can rescue you literally out of any situation in North America or in any English speaking country. Remember that. Those three words, remember them, master them, and just do what you have to do in order for you to understand that those three words give you more. Number one, English. Master the language. That's very important. You practice, you write down, you listen, you practice the accent, either American accent or any of the other 50 accents that you will see and encounter in North America, because there are 50 accents. So I always recommend focus on the standard, documentary, news, English, and if you live in England, British English as such. Number one thing and number one condition is when you work for your language, you will see that language empowers you. Language liberates you. Language gives you the tools that you require in order not just to survive, but progress in your life in an English speaking country. So invest all available time in studying language, even if you have to obligate yourself. Of course, you can learn with music, even with gaming, with any other thing that you like. But remember, input, process, output, and produce in the language, oral and written. And if you worry about the mistakes and you have to do that on your own because you don't have a teacher, you have many conditions, many possibilities. Google Translator, there are many other options. And in my channel, I created playlists for you. Tell a friend that lives in America about this. And then you will see that when the person says, well, I don't know the language, kind of difficult, you don't have to understand the language, because there are many issues and topics that not even native speakers understand, grammatically speaking, and from any other perspectives. What is important for you is that when you process the language, that what you read, the things that are interesting for you, you progress automatically. The brain can do that for you. That's the way people, especially children, learn English in America. They never had a grammar book on one hand and the dictionary on the other. No, they just associated. They practiced the language day in, day out. But at the end of the day, they knew eventually they would master the language, and they do. All English kids, so to speak, or American kids, or the ones that have to learn English as their first mother language. Number one. Number two, what's your business? If you're interested in progressing, if you're interested in any business idea, again, the language again, because the language is the most important thing. To learn about the topic that you're interested in, to learn about the business and all the things that come along with the business, but first and foremost, invest in you. So when you read and investigate about your potential business, remember the first business is you. All time, thoughts, actions invested in you. And number three, objectivity. I said that before, I'm going to tell you again. Objectivity is that you listen to the ones that really know, that you evaluate yourself. When you say, for example, in phonetics and pronunciation, when you record your own voice and compare that to standard, let's say news program, 5 minutes, something that you like, or a documentary, anything that you really enjoy, record the original voice, record your own voice, compare, and let your brain work for you. Important is that if you have a couple of hours or just 1 hour or some time available in the morning, if possible, study. If it's not possible, study then in the afternoon or in the evening, but study all the time. Because objectively speaking, you don't need grammar. You don't need to understand that. Later, along the way, you would master. You will see out of the many texts and comparisons and recordings and everything that your brain will learn that for you. If you have confusions, you can ask online. Many answers. In my own website, my channel, I have plenty of answers for my students concerning many topics in English and how to learn best. But remember, your business, your English, and your objectivity, that you evaluate yourself, listening to real experts, not to toxic naysayers and people that are actually, like I said, counterproductive for you, because they didn't invent the language and pretend to be William Shakespeare somehow. They are not important, not relevant. You only listen to experts, to people that are really contributive to your language, so to speak. And if you make a mistake, no big deal. Go for it. Continue. Practice day in, day out, and I promise you will come ahead. But the language is quintessential for you, especially in an English speaking country. So read and write like